Hi YouTube, it's Tasha, the Frugal Crafter, and if no one else has that handle, that'll be mine. I want to share with you some ideas that I came up with on creating your first mini. This video will be called Mini Making 101, and this is truly for beginners. But please, anybody who has any suggestions on how to make minis, please chime in, leave comments so we all can learn. Now, my first thing with minis is choosing an album, and I got this one at Michael's. It was $1. It's 5 sheets. It's square with rounded ends. And my suggestion to all beginners is just to stick with the basics. You don't need the flower kind or anything like that. Just do the square, especially if it's your first one. You cannot go wrong with the square. Or you can choose cereal boxes if you don't have access to a Michael's. This is a cereal box. I'm just going to flip up a little bit of it because I don't want the glare. Fruit Loops, huh? And you can cut these at 6x6, or actually a little bit smaller than 6x6. That way when you cover it, one 12x12 sheet will cover 2 pages of your mini. Now, my biggest problem was choosing colors. But if you're one of those people who already know what colors you like, by all means go ahead on, do that. Or your theme, go ahead, work it out. But I was one of those persons who was just totally lost, and I had to come up with an idea. My thing was to go to Hobby Lobby or to Michael's, find some ribbon with at least 3 colors in it, choose that one, find one that I liked, and then choose the colors for the mini from that. So when I did go to Hobby Lobby, I didn't see any ribbon that I liked. So, perusing through the clearance aisle, I came across some paper. And this paper here is from My Mind's Eye. There we go. My Mind's Eye. And it was 16 cents a sheet. And I guess that's the designer. And I thought this was very pretty paper. So this was my inspiration for choosing the colors for my mini. And what I did was, it has about 4 or 5 different colors in it, but I only chose 3 to start. So say I'll choose a light, a medium, and a dark. Light, medium, dark. And that's what I did. So I chose these 3. Okay. But it does have this really pretty orange color here. Actually, I would like to call it toast, but. And then I went back to the aisle with the paper, and I chose these 2 oranges. I'm sure these are not the same, but I could use them as accent colors. So now I have my light, my medium, my dark, and my accent colors, as well as the paper that the inspiration came from. So once I chose that, what I did was I actually got about 2 of the light colors. I got 7 of the medium colors. I got maybe 2 of the dark and 1 each of the accent colors. Now, why did I choose to get so many of the medium color is I didn't want a light album. I didn't want a dark album. So I chose the medium color. And with the color box, the albums are bigger than 6x6, so it takes 1 sheet to cover 1 page. Well, at least for me it does, until I figure out how to do it. But for right now, that's how it works. So I chose 7, and I have a lot of scrap left over when you do it that way, and you have 1 clean sheet left, so you should be good. So that's the part of choosing colors and things. But one other thing too about choosing colors is, some people will say, oh, use this color, this color, this color. And you're like, well, why did you choose those colors? They go, oh, I don't know, I just like it. But if you really want to know the reason, get you a color wheel. The law of color never changes. If you want to choose, I mean, just if you want to go with direct complement, just it tells you the direct complement. Let's go with green. The direct complement with green is red. It tells you right there. If you want 3 colors that go really well, there they are. They're in the triangle. If you want 4, you have the 4 points on the square to tell you. So now you know why people choose the colors. They might not understand it, but now that you got your color wheel, you'll understand it. The next thing would be adhesives. Now I use this glue. You can use Mod Podge, whatever kind of wet glue I think would be best for you to use to cover your mini. These just seem to grasp and hold on better. Now, my experience with Colorblock is when you use the wet glue, the pages will bend. So my thing was, once I put the glue on, I sat it under a heavy book to dry, and it dried perfectly flat, so you shouldn't have a real problem with that. So what I want you guys to do is to go out and pick your colors, get your chipboard, or get your cereal box covers cut out, and put your cover with your paper. And then our next segment, we're going to talk about creating embellishments for the book, okay? So I will see you guys on part 2 in a little bit. Okay? Bye-bye.